What's up, what's up? What's up, Philly? I'm your host, Bintu Honey. Welcome to this special What Women Want, specifically Black women. Today we have some beautiful, beautiful women from Philly. Some of us aren't, but I'll let them share a little bit of that with you. To my right, we have Lo. Lo, please introduce yourself.
My name is Lo. I am a grad student, also a social worker. I also write, I do poetry, I'm also an artist, I dance, and I also act from time to time.
And you're also a socialite as Lo. I'm telling you, you know everybody in the city, it seems like. I mean, I'm at so many events and I see your beautiful face. And thank you so much for coming on the Buzzklub today. Okay, we also have Coco. Coco, I follow Coco's tweets on Twitter. You guys need to follow her. Coco, tell me what your Twitter handle is.
Oh God, I almost forgot. Melanie Co-McCoy. So.
Yes. She goes off. Tell them a little bit about what you do, what you have to talk about.
Well, actually, I'm a blogger. I'm an artist, as in a painter. I'm also a writer. Wow, there's so much.
Yeah.
I can't even name it all.
You like to talk about feminism? And
feminism, womanism, Africana womanism,
yeah.
Black feminism, you name it.
And I also enjoy your morning text messages, the positive messages. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
They really get me through the day. Thanks,
Yes,
Coco.
no problem.
Okay, to my left, we have Jasmine Renee. She is a gospel recording artist. Jasmine, tell them a little about what you do.
Well, hey everyone, my name is Jasmine Renee. I'm a Christian gospel recording artist. I'm also a radio host on WPEB 88.1 FM every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. with my co-hosts Reese and Dan.
Shout out to Reese and Dan.
Yes, we just had a show this morning and that's where I actually just was coming from.
Wow.
And make sure you pick up my copy of my single Good to Me on iTunes now, Google Play, and Amazon.
All right, and I will be picking up a copy, so please go
you.
out there. Last but not least, we have Ms. Alicia. Tell me about what you do.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Pitts. I am a healthcare strategist by day, but I am owner of Magenta Madison Limited event management and consulting firm by night, or I should say by 24/7. What my company is, we specialize in brand management. We're not PR, but we do a lot of launch events, showcases, networking, empowerment, and nonprofits. So if you're someone who is a business owner, or if you work for a business that may be looking for the expertise of Magenta Madison Limited, please do come on over, where we're turning your vision into an experience.
Oh my God,
Yes.
that with the experience. Okay, so as you can see, we have some pretty diverse women here, and some powerful and strong women. So ladies, tell me, as Black women, how do you deal with, trying to kind of assert your independence and be a strong woman, but at the same time not be seen as, bitchy or, too aggressive or too assertive? How do you do that?
I think maybe by being very picky.
Yeah.
And also setting standards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that us as women do, or put ourselves in certain situations that have us looked at a certain way. Your reputation is everything.
So
you
kind of
really
like getting
have to
out of your own way,
right?
In a sense,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, I have a way of what I like to call sugar and spice. Okay. So it's when I give people that nice nasty, of course, you're still professional and you're still nice, because there's no need to be rude. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the voice. I want to still make people understand that I mean business, and I do have an opinion, and about being assertive yet not aggressive.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's one thing I learned in this business, especially in the industry, that you can't mix business with pleasure. You have to be nice, like she said, sweet and sassy at the same time. Yeah, it's definitely not
personal.
personal.
On the table, like, this is business, and and this is something else. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the reason why I started off with that question is because I think that a lot of Black men, especially, would say that that's the reason a lot of Black women are single. Why do you guys think a lot of Black women are single?
Child.
Well,
that's a loaded question.
yeah.
That's a question.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
It's a question within a question, because it's either we're too strong, or we won't let them, or you know, is it because of that, or is it a different reason that you think black women are single today? A lot of them, it seems.
Well, I'm not bashing anyone.
No.
I think I've met some beautiful women who have certain standards, but then there's some ones that have low standards and, you know, just accept anything, what I call settle for less.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that's why that's probably partial the reason
Because
that they are.
if they're settling for less, you're basically saying they're settling that the man won't commit for that? Is that what they're settling for?
Commit.
What do you think,
I think that there are a lot of powerful women in the city that I know of, whether if they're on the grind with school, work, their career, their children, their education, anything, but there are also the men are not matching our grind. So we have a woman
in our cities.
In our city. I can only speak for Philadelphia. I've been to other places, but I mean, I live here. So, you know, we strive so much for our success, whereas the men, the men are not there yet. So sometimes as women,
we feel like, what?
we'll drop ourselves down to be with those men because, you know, that's all we know, that's all we see. You know, we keep doing what we got to do for ourselves as women, as we always do. But, you know, the men are not there yet. So that's where that settle for less person comes
catch up. What do you think?
Honestly, I think we've forgotten who we are. Both black men and black women. I think that we've definitely gotten away from that. I think we often let the media dictate who we are. So we see that they, you know, for the masses of people. But honestly, I think I know a lot of hardworking black women and a lot of hardworking black men. And I think television, social media is problematic within itself because no one is really getting that true image of who we really are. So we're kind of defining one another through the lens of them. Now, when I say them, gotta be careful about how I say them, but through that Eurocentric, you know, worldview. I think often at times as black people, we're so busy looking at their family structure.
So that kind of brings me to the next question. Like, okay, why do women expect their relationships to be like the ones on TV? Because maybe there are some women who are passing up good guys who may not be doing some of the things that they see on television. So why do you think that black women are we looking for something that won't happen?
I think sometimes as women, we forget the steps. It's a step to everything. You know, there's a path to everything. So, you know, like she said, that TV world is crazy. Like I have a poem that starts off that says, educate your mind and not the storyline of your timeline. People are scrolling on that timeline, seeing the right now and not seeing what it took for those people to get there. So people don't, you know, take the time.
So, okay, so any one of you on this set, are you dating anyone? Are you in a relationship? Can anyone say?
Well, I'm married, and I do want to piggyback a little bit. A lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, you're married, you look so young.
How old are you, by the way?
I am 28 years. I'm 28 years young. And, you know, I've been with my husband for 9 years, and we've only been married, though, for this past Sunday, a year. Now, a lot of people are like, you stayed with that long, you didn't get married? I actually was the one who held it up, only because of the exact things you're saying. I'm very ambitious. I'm like, oh no, let's wait. Let me get this started. You know, I was in college when we started dating. Oh no, let me get this in place. Let me get this career. Let me get that. And a lot of times you forget as a woman about, you know, what's all the hard work for if you're not, if you don't have family to fall back on.
So let's put this out there. Like, do black women, do we still have faith in black men? Are we still, or just men in general, do we really want that storybook, that we want to get married? Because people feel like times have changed, people don't want that anymore. And especially black women, because we're so strong, do we not want a strong man in our lives as well?
I don't know a woman who don't.
Absolutely.
We hear things like, I don't need him, you know, or, you know, can we say the lack of black love relationships displayed in the media? You know, we don't have any movies anymore, like Love Jones. And we have a little bit. We have, you know, About Last Night, you know, Kevin Hart. But it still doesn't feel very black. You know, like we knew, there were times when we said this was a black love movie. Like we knew, Boomerang, we knew. It felt so real to us. You know, is it because there's a lack of stuff in the media? Is that why we're also single? Because we don't see it, so we don't know how to go for love, and we don't know what love looks like?
I think that it's the term of the fairy tale is jaded, and people need to understand, before that fairy tale, there's going to be the arguing, the mama in your face, the holes in the wall, the I'm not talking to you today, all of that. That could all still be that fairy tale, because it takes those hard times and those things that you go through with that person to make you perfectly imperfectly perfect for each other.
Yes,
so I think that the jade is what people see on TV, that it has to be all roses and stuff like that. Personally, I don't like roses. So
but that's not to say that we don't like flowers, because I'm a girl who still wants you to send me flowers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Romance is real still.
Absolutely.
Still want it, right?
Absolutely.
Romance is dead, they said in Love Jones, but it's not.
It's not. And for instance, my romance I don't like flowers, but my husband knows I like Mike and Ike. So when he comes over with Mike and Ike, I get excited as if it were roses. So you have to find that romance that works for you and your spouse. So define your own fairy tale is pretty much the story.
Now, the next question I'm going to get to, do black women have unrealistic expectations? Think about it. Do we expect our men to pay all of our bills? What do we expect for them to bring to the table? Because I know I was raised with, this is what my mother told me. Okay, point blank period. You cannot take care of a man. If you're going to be with a man, he needs to be doing something for you or better, on your level or even better. You know what I mean? So he's here to help you, not hinder you.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah, you concur?
I do.
So what's this whole gold digging mess that they're talking about? What is that about? Can we clarify what we mean by being taken care of? Because I think that it's been misconstrued, and some women have abused it because they ask. Think about the culture of Philly in general. Think about a lot of Philly men. There are some good Philly men, some out there, and when you meet them, it's like, oh, this woman has her hand out. So now you're tough because you feel like you don't want to take me to dinner, but I deserve the quality, whatever. But you're so afraid. You're so afraid to do something with me because someone else has abused that privilege, you say. What is that about?
There are a lot of good men that I've come across, whether friends or people I've dated. There are a lot of good men that's on their grind and for their career and their children and families, whatever, etc. But men often get intimidated. So with that factor, you have some men who will drop down a couple standards because it don't take much to get her or to do a certain thing. So when you meet a certain woman that's on a certain level, you have to match that, or you have to match that higher. Well, for me at least. So I think that goes back to your question. I don't think that. Do I think romance is dead? No. Do I think it's not about being a gold digger? I'm a gold digger, so I need a man that's a gold digger also. So you see me at this level, you're going to match me, or you're going to go higher. I'm going to find a man that's at my level or higher. Now, mind you have potentials. So it's all about that grind. I need somebody that's on a grind, and if you're not, then that goes back to.
So we both digging, okay? Right. We're digging so we can find our treasure.
Right.
To give to our children.
Or one of you will resent each other at the end of the day. If I'm steadily going up here and you're staying stagnant, eventually, I'm going to resent you, or you're going to resent me. So, the perfect mates, they're going to bring each other together. I'm not going to leave him behind. But you can't force as well certain men or a human being, period, to go hard if they don't want to.
Hi, this is Patrice Banks with Girls Auto Clinic, and you are now tuned in to the Buzzklub. So everyone knows I'm Patrice. Thank you for signing up for our workshop. And how I got into this is I'm actually an engineer, and I call myself an auto airhead. I could barely lift the hood of my car. I felt like I was taken advantage of a lot by mechanics and everything. So I decided to go back to school and learn about cars, and I loved it. And it was not rocket science stuff, but I was like, I'm going to teach women about these cars, because there's a lot of women just like me. They don't know anything. We get taken advantage of. We get charged more money. And I designed this workshop for you guys. And so we're here today to learn all about our cars, so you don't panic when something goes wrong. Used in new parts. So when a mechanic comes to you and says, you need this changed, you need to service this, you don't be afraid to say, show me what you're talking about. You're telling me I need my brakes changed, show me. You're telling me I need new rotors, show me. And this is what this looks like. So rotors are actually, here's an example of a rotor. This is part of your brake system, and we can look at it when we go to the cars. Rotors are attached to your wheel, and they spin with your wheel. And when you press on your brake pedal, you have brake pads that sit on here like this. It's breaking down, and you won't. And what happens is, as soon as it starts to get hot, it'll start to boil off, and it'll get low that way as well. One of the things you don't want to do, Jiffy Lube loves to do this stuff, is they'll we're gonna top off your fluids, and they'll top off your brake fluid. No, don't do that. If it's low, it's telling you there's a problem. It's telling you there's a leak, or it's telling you need brakes. So you don't want them to top off your brake fluid. okay? Your engine pulls in fuel, the gas that you put in there, and air. And it sucks it inside the engine, it compresses it, because you can compress gas, compresses it, and it sets it on fire. And that's what makes your car go. It's these mini explosions. It's like pulling this gas in the air and compress it, set it on fire, okay? And it gets really, really hot in your engine because it's little mini explosions, like thousands of degrees. It would melt the parts. So you need to, that's what we have coolant for. Our coolant is there to maintain the temperature of the engine so it doesn't get too hot. But you also want it hot enough so it can set on fire, it can compress the gas and set it on fire. All right? So what you're doing while you're letting your car warm up is just, if it's starting cold, your engine just kind of needs some time to get warm. You're having parts move really fast. Like if you look on your dashboard and it's saying like RPMs, revolutions per minute, and you're like at 1,000, 2,000, that means things are moving up and down 2,000 times. They're going around like this 2,000 times a minute. That's a lot. So you need to once it gets up to temperature, it gets warm, your coolant is flowing around the engine and stuff, that's when it's like, okay, it's good. It's your engine's starting to feel good. It's warmed up. It's not just a cold start. Can you understand what I mean when I say that? So that's why we usually let them warm. This girl is so awesome.
What's up, Buzzklub? We are back, and I am here with the one and only Patrice of Girls Auto Clinic. Oh my God, Patrice. Thank you so much for having me
today.
Thank
you for coming. I really appreciate it.
So just tell us, is this something that's going to be happening monthly, a monthly series?
So I hold these once a month, every third Saturday of the month. I think education is really important, so I offer these for free. I want anyone that is willing to learn to come out.
You guys know you can come out here and really get the education that you need, because I gotta tell you, I have always thought of this as like a man's world, a man's thing, and I've always been afraid. But like today I found out so many things that could save us so much money. And in this economy, that's really important. Yep. So can you give anybody any quick tips out there for people who are just like wanting more knowledge but don't really know where to turn, or what kind of questions are best to ask when they go for their yearly checkup?
Yes. So one of the things I would say, if you can't attend, you go to my website, girlsautoclinic.com. I give tips all the time.
Great.
Very quick, easy, relatable, understandable. One of the most important things, I think, is to find a mechanic that you trust. And if whether it's a dealership, dealerships are going to be a little bit more expensive, but they're going to do the right job, but they're going to try to upsell you. Just be mindful of that. If you have a mechanic that you trust, like ask someone in your family, ask a friend to recommend, because that's really going to be the best bet for making you feel there's nothing better than being able to take your car somewhere and you trust that they're going to take care of you. So definitely, reach out to people if you don't have one. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you need a mechanic, hit me up on girlsautoclinic.com or email me info@girlsautoclinic.com, and I can help you out. I work at a shop that's great, and we do a lot of good work.
And also you sexed it up too, because I gotta tell you, eye candy is very important for everyone when coming to things like this. So just tell me, you're looking great.
Thank you.
I gotta tell you, thank you so much for having us, and please come back onto the Buzzklub. You gotta see your face. This is awesome. I recommend it for everyone. I'm leaving here a new woman. Yes, I am.
We all leave here a new woman. We're learning a lot. We're taking control. It's important. That's very important.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Honey Says. And I am your host, Honey, a.k.a. Bintu. And we are here to talk about all things popping, okay? People have been writing me all week long, asking me so many different questions. But you know what? One question in particular is always about cheating. Infidelity. It's a big thing. Maybe because scandals on TV and it's so hot right now. Is that why? Carrie, you got people out here wanting to get scandalous, okay? So we got to get to the bottom of this. So let's check this letter out. Dear Honey, I think my girlfriend is cheating on me. I'm not really sure, but she's been distant lately. Going out almost every weekend with her girls, and we haven't been having sex. I cheated on her a year ago. She found out, forgave me. We've been pretty good, but I don't think she really forgave me. It's strange. I don't want to push her away with my jealousy, but I also don't know how to share these feelings. Help, so paranoid. Told you, scandal got people acting scandalous. Told you. Let me tell you, whenever a guy cheats on a girl, it definitely now has created this whole minefield of doubt around that relationship. Even if she says, oh, baby, I forgive you, you're going to be kind of in a doghouse for a few months. So please, if you've only been in a doghouse for like 2 weeks or a month, sit down, okay? I find that a lot of times men want to be forgiven automatically. You know, they're like, well, you can't go back on it, or you got to act normal now because you said you forgave me. No, she needs to get back into her comfort zone with you. She needs to be able to trust you, and she's probably be like, side-eyeing you, and I would be side-eyeing you too, okay? So, okay, she's been going out. Okay. What does that mean? She's been going out. You haven't been having sex. Okay. She may not feel like having sex right now. She may be feeling like, you know what? Earn my sex. Earn me. Isn't that what Carrie said on Scandal? Earn me. So she must want you to earn her sex. And rightfully so. In fact, you should be chilling for a while. You shouldn't even be demanding. But if you are really concerned like that, if you are really, really concerned, sit down with her, talk to her, see where her head is at. Because you don't want to assume, okay? That's how you make an asshole out of yourself. She probably just needs to get away to get with her friends to just kind of like reassess everything for herself, you know? But if you feel that everything has changed and maybe it's kind of weird for you now, get a new relationship. Because once you've tainted a relationship with someone who loved you with all they had, that next round when you go back in for it, that person's not going to give you that same love that they gave you before because it's going to be tainted. It's going to be soiled, you know? You're trying to clean something up that's messy. And the only way you can really clean that up is by giving someone their space and allowing them to work through the situation. Have you ever been cheated on? See, she knows for sure she's been cheated on, but you don't. You know how that feels to be cheated on? I do. It's not a fun feeling. It's not a good feeling. You feel like a loser. You blame yourself. You feel like the corniest person in the world. You don't feel good about yourself. You look at yourself, you're like, what's going on? Why didn't he want me? You know? So maybe you need to be asking yourself, why are you so insecure? And what is it about you that made you step out versus what's going on with her? Maybe? If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free. Email us at thebuzzklub@gmail.com. I'm here for you. Just talk to Honey. Baby. See ya. Next time on The Buzz Club.
What's going on? It's your girl Bridget Kelly, and you are tuned into The Buzz Club.
Let me tell you, you are so beautiful, and I know people must ask you all the time, what's your nationality?
I'm a mixed girl through and through. My mother's Irish, and my father was from the Bahamas.
Oh.
So
wow.
Yes, a little Caribbean girl.
In the community, I work at Boys and Girls Clubs, and I talk to my teens all the time, especially my young girls, about how important it is to find your voice. And what kind of advice do you give to other young women out there who are looking to find their own voice and looking to build their self-esteem? Because it's so hard, especially in today's world, what our teens are dealing with.
I think the biggest fear that everybody has is that it's not going to happen, that they won't find something that's going to give them value. And I think every process is trial and error. You have to be willing to fall in order to really make strides and be successful and be happy.
That's
Personally, the first one is always going to be God-fearing. Like, you have to be God-fearing because if you don't have any sort of God about you, then I don't know what your moral compass is. Right. That's one. Two, for me, personally, they have to be family-oriented. Family is very important to me. Like she said, how you treat your family, how you treat your mother, whoever, it's going to be a reflection of how you choose, treat me at the end of the day. For me, education is very important. So they need to have some sort of educational background mixed with like a career path. Fourth, most people probably wouldn't care about this. African-centeredness is like important to me.
It's really becoming.
You have to be very centered because at the end of the day, in terms of child rearing, I want to have a family. So how you decide you want to do things ultimately is going to affect my child at the end of the day. So if you're into that Eurocentric stuff, that's fine, but that may not be how I want to do that. And 5, ooh.
Sexy. That's so
you know what? I honestly want them to be attractive.
Yeah.
Like,
your sex drive has changed because I feel like I'm educated more, so I want different things and I'm open to more.
That word educated is good because you become educated about sex. You become educated about your body. You become educated about the men's body and what you like and what you don't like. So I think as I got older is when I got into it more.
And Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.